international break has come and gone. It's business time.
Big call, end line, the cross, Shabilko's header, goal!
It's great to see that we are on par with LAFC.
And Chicago Fire are running riot at the SeatGeek.
Takes it to the right foot, back to the left,
It was the most important game for us. That was our final.
Markets it alive! And Ladera with the thickness of pass! Ibrahimovic for his hat-trick, you imagine! And it's 7!
Headline time. Who's writing it? Zlatan. That's about the 10th time we've said his name. Galaxy, Sporting KC to finish week 28. 24th minute, well, that's going to be a goal. And it's not going to go that way for most of the rest of the match, and that is going to be a handball on Matt Besler. His arm is up. Who takes penalties? It is Zlatan. It's saved, and then it's put in the back of the net, and the deluge starts from here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they saved Zlatan for the late game, because if you want to stay up late at the night to see what's going to happen late in this one. 1-1 in the 47th minute, but then the goals just start pouring on. Zlatan was involved in pretty much all of them here. This was just a really nice little control in a tight space in the box. And this one, we cut it off, but Efra Alvarez plays a beautiful ball out there for Zlatan's third. And then what do you do when you score a hat trick? Los Angeles, under the bright lights, stand up on it.
Like I said before the game, we need to get a good result to win and get the confidence. So we bring this confidence onto the next game, and today was a good game, but it's not over yet. We get the 3 points, we get a couple of goals or many goals, and we need to keep going. 4 games left, and hopefully we can do like same job like we did today.
Appreciate the time. Congrats.
Hopefully they need the same job done by Zlatan every day that he did tonight. He is now just 2 back of Carlos Vela in the Golden Boot race presented by Audi. 26 goals, Kaylin. 26 goals. You told me before we went on here, forget about the assists. Zlatan doesn't need assists. Put it in the back of the net.
Well, I was saying, could he actually catch Joseph's record this season? The way it's going with their matches at home, I think that's a real possibility right now.
It's absolutely a possibility.
Andrew, I know you love you some Zlatan. We know that, right? He says it many times. But for me, the more we talk about Zlatan, the more we're missing the point of Los Angeles Galaxy, because he is not the variable. He does what he does every single week. But we've also seen, even when he does that, the Galaxy might not win. He is, to steal a phrase from Zinedine Zidane, the best coat of paint in the history of the league. But he is not the engine of that team. If there's one thing we find year in and year out about this game of soccer, it's that engines win you matches, engines win you trophies. And the engine of that team is Jonathan Dos Santos and Sebastian Lletget. And they are the key variables to the Los Angeles Galaxy's success. When they can win the balls in the middle, when they can keep the ball moving, Zlatan gets more chances and the Galaxy are more likely to win. So as fun as Zlatan is to talk about, he is not the main character in this play for the Galaxy.
Yeah, but when that car rolls up on you and that coat of paint's looking really nice, everybody's looking at it. So you need both. You need to have the engine, but you also need to have the coat of paint. And if this is the Galaxy that shows up in the playoffs, this is why Bobby says, despite the fact, Kaylin, that he doesn't always agree with Zlatan as a defensive presence, as a team presence, why they can be so dangerous.
Well, he was fantastic tonight, too. And yes, I think there are times where you can say the defensive effort, some of the small plays, or even the body language amongst his team isn't there. But if you watch the game tonight, he was tremendous. He was actually encouraging his teammates. He responded to each little part. He was dropping off the front line, creating opportunities for everyone else. He even has so much attention drawing to him that he opened up space for Sebastian Lletget to score a header, for Corona to score a header late arriving into the box. And then you can't question the quality. I mean, the ability to be able to pick out goals from in the air, on the ground, in the unexpected ways. He had it all tonight. He was really up for it.
I just wonder, isn't it performances like this, when he has the 3 goals, when his body language is right, when he's working like that, doesn't it make you just want more from him in the other 29 games of the year? Because for as incredible as he has been and the talent this roster has, they were still below the playoff line going into the 30th game of the Major League Soccer season. So as credible as he is, I also wonder why we weren't asking for more throughout all of it.
Well, 37 years of age will probably answer most of those questions. It's tough to get up with the travel that's involved in MLS and all that's around. And if you give me 26 goals this year, 22 last year, I would take that as a return. And this is what you pay him the big bucks for. Is yes, throughout the season he's been able to get it done, but it's towards the stretch. And let's be honest, that's where he failed last year. On decision day, he didn't get it done. But you start to see this Galaxy team, and he said it in the post-game presser about the confidence in the group, because it wasn't just him. His confidence never wavers. But you question about how his effect on the rest of the team, if he can give them confidence. But you see everyone getting on the score sheet. Antuna, Leggett, Corona gets his first one for the club. That group's got a lot more belief, a little bit more buzz in them, because they went down a goal in this game. And sometimes you question, are the Galaxy going to be able to come back? We saw them fight back against Seattle a couple weeks ago, get back in the game. They end up losing that one, but they fought back this time and then some.
Yeah, open question. Is this fool's gold? Because it can be so intoxicating, the LA Galaxy and Zlatan, when they're at their best. And yet, they're still just fifth. They're still just 2 points ahead of FC Dallas in eighth. They've got Montreal at home coming up at RSL, Vancouver at home at Houston. They have one of the cushiest schedules in Major League Soccer in the Western Conference when it comes to opponent quality, at least what it says in the standings. And sometimes we know in Major League Soccer, throw those standings out. Now, one thing I want to throw out there, 538, one of the interesting things they're doing right now is they're showing you kind of the range of where they can fall. So when you think about their remaining schedule, and just so you have it clear in mind, home against Montreal, at RSL, home against Vancouver, and at Houston, where can they finish? And what 538 tells us is they can finish anywhere from 8th to 2nd. Now, 8th is just 5%. 7th, 12%. 6th, 17%. 5th, 19, 18, 18, 11. So anywhere in there, where will they finish? Where do you guys think?
I'll say it doesn't matter, right? This is Los Angeles Galaxy right now, and we're going to applaud them for moving up to second, Andrew. So I don't know where they're going to finish, but I think that conversation is a distraction for what's happened through the rest of the year. Look at Los Angeles Football Club, the team that only joined the league 2 years ago, crushing everyone. So where the Galaxy finish doesn't matter as long as they're behind LAFC heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, well, I agree with you, and that doesn't matter because I think they can, in a one-off series, they can go at home or on the road and find a result. I think they'll be able to find 7 points out of the next 4 matches. 2 at home against Montreal and Vancouver, you'd expect, and then maybe they get a point on the road at Salt Lake or against Houston. But I think the bigger point is that in the pregame we were talking about, and I know Bobby mentioned that, hey, this could be the biggest collapse or the biggest embarrassment in MLS history. Well, at this point, you look at the odds and you see the remaining schedule. They're pretty firmly in the playoffs at this point. I know Zlatan didn't want to say quite as much, and you can't count on anything because on decision day, you would have bet everything that they were going to beat Houston at home. So you can't count them, but I would have them pretty much firmly in the playoffs at this point, which is dangerous for the rest of the Western Conference.
Just like we had them firmly in the playoffs at the end of 2018. Yeah. I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah, trying to avoid that E word, huh? Embarrassment. We shall see for the Galaxy. But tonight, it was absolutely exhilarating. Zlatan with a hat trick, and the LA Galaxy 7-2 winners. 8 times in MLS, 7 goals. They've had 3 of them.